Did you actually believe what this man said on the campaign trail? Hopefully you didn't. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about the Biden administration ending the student loan debt relief program starting February 1st, 2022. So you got a little bit of time. If you've not been paying your loan back for a few months, a year or two, or however long it's been, you got a little bit of time to get everything together, trade in your Benz truck or whatever you got from the stimulus money and begin to repay your student loans. Now, I say that in jest because I know not all you guys are right there. I'm just saying for those who are in that particular world, that's what's going on. Now, of course, people do not like this. I saw Pete Buttigieg's husband, what's his name, Chaston. He put a post on Instagram, and I'll place that on the screen before you. He got an email from his student loan servicer talking about, hey, after January 31st, 2022, you're going to get a bill and you must start to repay your student loans. He doesn't like that too much. It's like, nope, don't want, next. But hey, that's your man's boss, so it is what it is. You work for the federales, or at least Pete Buttigieg does. That's what you got to deal with. Hopefully you didn't buy into what Joe Biden was saying on the campaign trail, okay? And a lot of other people, your AOCs of the world and, the squad, Ilhan Omar, all these people, they want to push for more than what Joe Biden promised, and he's not even doing what he promised. His promise was we're going to cancel at least $10,000 in student loan debt for everybody that has debt, right? That was a promise, and if I'm wrong about that, y'all let me know in the comments. The squad and some of the more far leftists, they were saying, oh, 10 grand's not enough. We need $45,000, $50,000. None of that's going to happen. There's no student loan forgiveness, and the student loan relief program is ending. Now, let's back up a little bit here to explain what's happened in a little bit more detail. Now, the student loan relief program simply meant you don't have to make your payments right now, but you will pay them in the future. The payments were not stopped or ended. They were just paused momentarily. Now, some wanted him to extend that for a long period of time, like indefinitely or in perpetuity, meaning forever. But no, it was only a momentary pause during the pandemic, right? That's coming to it in February 1st, 2022. There was never anything from the Biden administration that specifically said we're going to cancel debt. There was a promise, and there could be some action in the future, but I doubt it. I seriously doubt it. If you are canceling the student loan relief, why would you then have student loan cancellation totally, meaning removing the debt? It doesn't make any sense. Now, Jen Psaki said that the administration has discharged like $12.5 billion in student loan debt for 640,000 people, but that's not from the $10,000 of debt forgiveness. And I'll explain. There's already some programs that exist for your student loan debt to get discharged. The first thing is if you become completely disabled. If that's you and you're in that particular, that category, then you are eligible to have your debt repaid or canceled. If you get defrauded by one of these for-profit places, and by the way, I hate that term for-profit, because if you're paying a whole mortgage note to, let's say, UNC, Notre Dame, Northwest, or whatever, if you're paying the whole mortgage of student loan debt to these places, they're for-profit. But we're talking about some of these rinky-dink, raggedy-tag places that pop up for like 2 months and they close their doors, but you done already spent 30 grand in student loan debt. So it's like, okay, what happened? I got robbed, basically. If you are in that category, your debt is eligible to be forgiven. And the last one is if you have a 10-year record of making your payments on time and you have dutiful service and whatnot, then you could possibly get your debt discharged. But that's a really, really stingy program, and they've only given out $2 billion worth of debt relief or debt discharging. And let's put it in context so you can understand. When they say 12.6 billion of debt has been discharged under the Biden administration, How much money is that really? When you break it down mathematically for the people that have had this applied to them, 640,000 people, that's about 18,000 and change each, which is no money. I saw a story of a lady that had $136,000 in student loan debt who was mad at Biden for not discharging the debt, talking about, I've been a Democrat for the past 4 decades and I'm leaving. And this person has this debt, 136,000. She was going for a PhD, but got injured. She had a back injury and had to have surgery like some part of the way through. So she could not complete it. So $136,000 with no PhD. I've seen that story quite a bit. People that have 80 grand in debt, 100 grand in debt, whole car mortgage notes on the back with no car, no mortgage, meaning they have no degree. It's really sad. These people are pretty much just left holding that. They're left holding it because there is no debt forgiveness for them. They're not disabled. They didn't get defrauded, and they've not had 10 years of payments, and they don't meet the criteria to have any kind of debt forgiveness. So they pretty much got to hold it. And they can't even get that 10 grand, which is no money. Also, to put the 12.6 billion in perspective, the total student loan debt in America is 1.6 trillion. 1% of 1.6 trillion is 16 billion. You're talking about less than 1% of the total student loan debt has been forgiven under the Biden administration. But they told you on the campaign trail, we're going to do debt forgiveness and we're going to do it for the American people. Did you believe that? I know I didn't believe it. I was watching Dave Ramsey. Shout out to him, financial guy on YouTube. I was watching him and a lady called in talking about, well, should I take this student loan out because I'm banking on the fact that Biden will forgive the loan? It's like, really? You're going to take debt out, gambling, thinking that you might not have to pay it back? And what if you do? Because student loan, you can't even get out of that in bankruptcy. They're going to take their money. They're going to garnish your wages, go on your financial institution, your Wells Fargo, your Bank of America, and they're going to loot your bank account. They're going to take a tax return. They're going to do all that stuff. It's like, it's worse than child support in many ways, how they can physically take money from you. The only thing they can't do yet as far as student loans is lock you up. That's all they can't do, but they can do everything else. Student loans are crazy. It's really crazy. And at a certain point, it's a scam because these colleges are charging you just ridiculous amounts of money to go to their school because they know they can get this money from the federales, from tax money, because the loans are federally guaranteed. Okay, so even if you don't go to college, you wind up paying for it. Okay, so it's really bad. And this debt is only going to go up more and more as long as the federales are involved. Some are going to say, well, hey, ABL, you got to have the federal government involved because people, they don't have enough money. They can't afford to pay. Well, maybe if the government wasn't there, then you'd be able to afford to pay. Okay. I've heard stories from back in the day, even in my parents' generation, and they're not really that old. My dad was 61 when he died. My mom's 60. I mean, like they're not really that old. You understand what I'm saying? In their age, in the 70s, early 80s, when they were in college, you could actually work and pay for your school. But when the federales get involved, when your tax money gets involved, when they want to start to guarantee loans, all of a sudden you can't do that. Now you must take out a student loan. You have to, because the school is charging the federal government through you to make more money. That's all it is to it. You got this really nice campus and nice athletics and all the shiny stuff to get more kids to come in, to entice them to come in to spend their money so they're able to make more money. In many ways, college is a scam. Now, if you're going to be a doctor, a lawyer, a thing where you really need that education, I say go for it. But if you're going to one of these big colleges and you're taking out a whole car note, a whole mortgage with no house and no car on your education to do underwater basket weaving, communications, physical therapy, I mean, you're wasting your time. You're being robbed, basically, with no mask, bare face, no pistol, no mask, bare face. You're just being robbed. You're allowing them to rob you. In many ways, you're donating to the school for no reason. For no reason. And you don't even have the money to donate. You're taking out debt to donate to a school for no good reason. Okay, all I have right now is an associate's degree. That's it. That's all I needed. And I didn't really need that to do what I was doing as far as graphic design and building websites and whatnot. The most important thing is having skills. And if you need college to gain these skills, then go ahead and go for it. But if you don't, then what are you doing? You're wasting your time and your money. Going out of state to school for what? You're going to pay the out of state tuition. Meanwhile, if you are an illegal alien, you don't pay out of state tuition depending upon where you are. You could be from Guadalajara, Mexico, and go to California and stay there for a year and get in-state tuition. But if you come from Nevada, you got to pay out-of-state tuition as a legal resident. The whole thing is dumb. The whole thing is scammy. And the student loan debt forgiveness was just a carrot let out in front of people that voted for Joe Biden. Oh, if I vote for Joe, I'm going to get my underwater basket weaving non-degree debt of like $90,000 forgiven. And I don't have any more student loan payments. Well, joke's on you. Joke's on you. You're paying $1,000 per month and you won't have that forgiven at all. Even if you did have it forgiven, it won't be all of it. Your debt is $100,000. He's saying $10,000. Even if you did get that, that's 10% of your total debt. A drop in the bucket. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? How do you feel about the Biden administration reneging on the student loan forgiveness and ending the student loan, I guess you would say, moratorium, the payment moratorium? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I stand. I think that this is something that anyone could have predicted. I did not believe that he was going to cancel any student loan debt because it's too much money. This is a money-making thing for the federal government. I mean, how many other things can the government do? Like, what else is there where they can just go into your bank account, where they can garner tax returns, where they can literally make up money, print money out of thin air, and then loot your money that you have? They can create fake money and loot your real money from your accounts, from your taxes. They can tax you more, rob you more, and what do you get in return? Oftentimes, nothing. The lady had $136,000 in debt with no degree. It's pitiful. And I think that this should be kind of a wake-up call to some people to be like, wait a minute, what's going on here, really? Why am I paying so much money? Why am I being told things that someone will do? Why am I being made promises by these people that they don't follow through on, that they probably never intended to follow through on? And the politicians that said that they wanted to press Joe Biden for student loan debt forgiveness and the payment moratorium, where are they? Are they going to press him now? Are they going to say anything now? Or are they going to just toe the line to not really cause any kind of problems and circle the wagons around him? Whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.